Today, we're going to be addressing how do we deal with clients that are reluctant to change, even though when it is blatantly obvious that they need to be changing. More on that in just a moment. My name is Beate Chalette. I'm the growth architect and founder of the Women's Code, and I work with organizations and businesses that want to grow, build, and scale their operation while they are developing themselves as excellent and balanced leaders. So let's talk about clients, and let's talk about that it is so easy for a consultant, a coach, or a service provider to look at a client's stuff and say, yeah, this is really dated. This is really old. The language is not right. The marketing is not right. You're marketing to the wrong person. The avatar is not right. And you sometimes encounter people who are insisting that they know that what they're doing is right, even though when the results are saying it isn't so. So what should you do as a business owner to address that? Because you can see it, you want to help them. So here's the process. Number one, someone is only going to change when the pain of staying is greater than the fear of changing. Because in our psychology and the way our mind works, our mind is designed to keep us safe. And safety is predictable. Safety is what we know. When we go into something that we don't know, our brain immediately tells us this is not safe to go there. So in order for you as a business owner to help your clients to change, you have to be acutely aware. It's not necessarily that they don't see it. Yeah, they see it. Otherwise, they would be talking to you. But that reluctance is that their ego is telling them, or that voice, or that thing, the way they've always done is telling them that, well, how bad can it be? You've always done it that way. Why change now? But they kind of know that they need to change. And so they're caught in between. It's your job as a business owner now to guide them through a series of questions. And these questions need to address it in such a way that the client understands it on their own, why changing is necessary. And it has to be their idea. So I take when I have a new client come in. So let's say I work with a new private client, and they already know me, or they just met me, and they say, Beate, I want to talk to you in an uncovery session. I want to learn on whether or not you can help me to grow, build, and scale my business, or help me with my team building, help me with my leadership. Those are the three things I work in. And but I don't even know like where to start. So we go into an uncovery session. So I have to take him through these questions and ask him, why are they here? What they even want? And that's usually the first hurdle for most of you, because you're not even asking the question, what do you want? So if the client doesn't know what they want, then no matter what you're providing, they're not going to be doing it, because you're just throwing ideas at them that in your heart, because it's your job and your business, that they need to be doing. But without them having the awareness that that's actually something that they need to get where they want to go, it's not going to happen, because they don't know that they need to go there. So you first have to design these questions in such a way that you guide them through the process in figuring out what the issue is. So you can't coach, you can consult. You have to ask questions and completely be quiet when you're asking these questions, and just take all this information in. And that's the second mistake a lot of business owners make, that you think that you already know what they need, but they haven't even told you yet. So there's also discipline on your part as a business owner that you just have to shut up, basically. Be quiet when the client talks, and you keep asking these clarifying questions. And only once you are 100% sure that you understand where they are at, and the conversation goes something along these lines of, so what I'm hearing you say is, and then you need to repeat it to be really super clear about it. And when you have that clarity, then you know if you are a good fit for them or if you're not a good fit for them. If you're not a good fit for them, this is the time where you say, I'm so glad we had this conversation. That is not what I do, but let me recommend you to somebody who does. Or when they tell you what the issue is, and they kind of, in this strategy session, and you see this all the time, that people have free consulting, free strategy session that is designed to figure out where the pain points are for this particular client. In that session, then that's your second step. You take him through this, and then you pinpoint it And once they understand that you understand, that's when they're going to start to see the light at the end of the tunnel. But without that understanding first, that there is an issue, that they want to be somewhere else, that they have a problem, which is all of this needs to be uncovered in this conversation, and their commitment and urgency to actually do something about it, you are not going to make this client happy. These are the 5 things that need to be in place. And the bigger the urgency, the more likely the client is to say yes to the changes, yes to commit to hiring you, yes to the consulting contract. But you have to do the work beforehand, because once you're in an agreement with someone who's just looked at your portfolio and says, wow, you're really amazing, and then you have them as a client and you don't know what they want, it's like throwing, the proverbial spaghetti at the wall. And this is a secret to dealing with difficult clients. But before I tell you that, I want you to subscribe now and like this video so we can reach more people with my channel and give them more tips on how to be successful and grow, build, and scale their businesses. The most important thing for you as a business owner is for you to understand why people are coming to you, what their problems are, and how you can help them. And when you understand what their problems are, and you really truly understand it, and you take your ego out, you just make it about them, and then and only then can you help them to change, because then it's their decision. You're not going to make anybody change, in case you haven't noticed that. They change on their own. But it's your job to guide them to that point. I hope this helps you. For any comments, I always appreciate you reaching out and telling me how you like this video. And also, if you have any questions about business or leadership or team building, by all means, fire away. I'd love to answer them. Thank you so much for watching. This is Beate Gillette, the Growth Architect.